sick. All right, listen up. We are finishing the review for the this exam, end of unit exam here, and we're going to go through. It's actually, the rest of this should be pretty easy here. Okay, sum or difference identity to find the exact value. So if it's going to be tangent, so, oh wait, all right, listen, I need a volunteer now. Come here, me.
Yo.
Come here, me. Come here, me. Guess what I got for you people?
Sacrifice.
You guys pretty blue identities.
A cheat sheet.
And they are 3-hole punch. Okay, so do not lose it. You get 1.
No.
You get 1.
No, I don't listen. I just don't like doing stuff out. I just returned 3. What are you talking about? You can't
Staple it to your chest.
What about the 9 others? You guys got to get it tattooed on your arm.
I took 2 over my room.
Mister.
Okay.
Mister, if I rewrote these in terms of algebra form, would you let me use that on the test too?
No. That's wrong.
Who's this from?
LeBron.
Okay.
Because that is supposed to be very silent.
Okay. All right. So look, here's all your identities.
Can I do that?
It's the standard. It's the same one that's going to be on the
Wait, can
line.
you wait till I'm
I had
done?
one of
I
these
need
back in.
take these notes.
I had one of these back in 8th grade. But we had to memorize this entire chart, and we had to be able to write it out on a piece of paper the day of the test.
Hey Lily, you remember in Hagen's class last year when we had to memorize the unit circle?
Yes, I remember.
All right, you guys. I will let you know. I'm still recording.
Hi.
Oh.
Still recording.
Okay, so now this one says.
Wait, I'm not doing it.
Okay, sum and difference to find the identity. So tan 75. So tan. Now what 2 numbers I'm going to use to get 75? 45 plus 30, right? So sum or difference, that's a sum. So I'm adding it. So tangent's going to be like this. So tangent of S plus tangent of T over 1 minus tangent S tangent T.
We get to use this on the test.
So let's take a look. So that's going to give me tangent S plus tangent of T over 1 minus tangent S tangent T. So what is tangent at 45? Tangent at 45?
Red 2.
Should be 1, right? Let's take a look right here. 45, isn't it sine over cosine?
Yeah.
Do I have the same thing top and bottom?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a positive 1, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go. So that's going to give me 1 plus. Now, this next one's going to be tan 30. So here's 30 right here. So it's sine over cosine. So it's going to be 1/2 over. So multiply by the reciprocal. 1/2 times 2 over rad 3. So rationalize. I'm going to end up with what? Rad 3 over 3. So that's rad 3 over 3 all over 1 minus 1 times rad 3 over 3.
That's a lot.
So we're going to do the math on this.
Please get it over a little bit.
Sorry. So on, let me see, 1 plus rad 3 over 3 over 1 minus.
How come it's rad 3 over 3?
Okay, so
oh,
now
okay, never mind.
I had to rationalize that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, common denominator. What is my common denominator for both of these? 3. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 3.
That's too much to work with.
Distribute. So it's going to be 3 plus rad 3 over 3 minus rad 3. Okay? So, am I done? Say no. No, because I still have a radical in the denominator, right? So I have to rationalize that. So multiply 3 plus rad 3. So I'm going to multiply by the conjugate. So remember, you have to FOIL this. So it's going to give me 9 plus 3 rad 3 plus 3 rad 3 plus rad 3 times rad 3 is rad 9, right? Which is just 3. There we go. All that is going to be over 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times that, so it's positive 3 rad 3. A negative 3 rad 3. And a negative times a positive is a negative. Rad 3 times rad 3? Negative, just 3, right? Okay. So combine like terms in the top.
How would you add 3 rad 3 together?
How many of those do you have?
2.
You have 2 of them that are the same, right? So there's 3 here, there's 3 there, so how many is there?
2.
Try again. There's 3 here and there's 3 here. How many do you have? You have 6 of those. So 9 and 3 gives me 12 plus 6 rad 3s, right?
Oh, okay.
Because you have 3 rad 3s here and 3 rad 3s here, so together there's 6 rad 3s.
Oh, okay.
All over, okay, 6,
That's it.
okay, and what's going to happen to these?
It cancels out.
That goes away, right? Alright, do everything have a common factor of 6?
Yes. It's
So I could reduce that, can I? I could reduce everything by a common factor of 6, which is going to give me 2 plus rad 3. So on this one right here, my answer has to be 2 plus rad 3, D.
That was a heck of a lot of
Alright, so this one's not an identity.
What is it, man?
It's not an identity. I just said it's not an identity.
What is it?
It's not an identity.
Oh, you see it showing us the cheating way.
Don't say it out loud.
Oh, what?
Come on,
You can
just
do
do
it on the
it.
calculator
Cool.
too.
Yeah, I totally didn't know that.
We could have been
When?
doing this all my life.
We're not gonna have that.
Can we do this?
Check the answers.
When it's what? Nope.
Algebra?
What did I say at first? It's not an identity. These other problems up here are identities. Up here, these are all identities. So you can't actually just put stuff in the calculator.
Yeah, because obviously it has variables.
There we go. Has variables and there's certain things that go along with it. So it's not going to work out. Just like number 1. It's not going to work out because you have to solve for stuff.
That's why you said the rest of this should be easy.
Okay, let's see if you paid attention. Tell me what the answer for 10 is going to be.
D.
Are you just guessing or did you actually do the work?
I think everybody's the same random answer.
Or you could have just paid attention to what I got done saying right now and you're doing it right now.
It should be B though.
C.
B or C.
So let's do it. said everything except for
Yeah, C.
the reasoning.
Yeah, I'm not guessing. It's C. C?
Computer.
C, it's C.
And so my biggest issue with all these problems is what?
That's
Push
it.
your way through.
Can you put it in the calculator correctly?
No.
That's the biggest issue. Or even bigger issue if you don't pay attention at all and have no clue what's going on.
I figured it out.
And just because you think I can't see doesn't mean I can't tell that you're just playing with your phone.
So we can do that with the other ones even too.
Now,
But that one do we-
on 11. On 11, what's different about 11? What?
It has pi. That.
So what does that mean if it has pi?
It's in radians.
It's in radians. Would I be able to do this again the same way?
Yeah.
Yes, but you have to change it to radians.
No, you don't.
No, you have to change it to the
Please do that.
You go backwards. You already have it.
How'd you? No, the whole thing. Just plug the whole thing as is. Did you put parentheses around your things? Put your parentheses around each one of those.
So you change it to radians, right?
Yep. So, Angel,
Oh, I'm still on number 10.
oh, you're on 10? Maybe that's why. Alright, so what happened, Angel?
I don't know.
Okay, Angel, what mode's your calculator in? Okay, so that's okay. Did you put sine negative 15 degrees?
Yeah.
And did you come up with negative 0.2588? Did you?
Yes.
You did come up. Why don't you come up here, please?
You said we gotta switch the calculator from.
To radian if you have the other one. Okay. Now, you forgot the degree symbol, but you're okay.
Oh.
Now, you just check each one of your answers. If you notice, I only put in this one. Okay. I only put in this answer because I already knew what the answer was.
So do I just put that?
Yeah, just put the choice in there and see if it's the same decimal.
Oh, let's see.
Whoa.
Why don't you sit right here, please? So it's easier.
Wait. And then what do I do after I put that in?
Just hit enter. Is it the same?
Oh, this doesn't work.
Okay, because you don't have. You didn't write the same thing.
Oh.
Okay.
I need to put the other.
So rad 2 over minus rad 6. Okay. All right. What did we get on the other one? What did we get on the other one?
Oh, C.
You get C?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. So sine cosine is a sine problem. So I'm going to do it. So if it's sine cosine, it's sine. So it's going to be a plus. So there's a plus sign here. And pi over 15 plus 4 pi over 15. Add those together. That's going to be 5 pi over 15, which is pi over 3.
Gotcha. Only if it has the pi symbol, do we need to switch it to radians?
Is this a radian? Those are radians, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then it's radian. Okay, so sine at pi over 3 is going to be rad 3 over 2. That's if you're doing it regularly. But I want you guys actually trying to calculate this.
What, on the paper?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you were asking.
Hold up. You said you want us actually trying to calculate it on the calculator?
Yeah, if you're calculating in the calculator, then you know you have to put in each one of the answers too.
Oh.
Ouch.
I'm a pro with that, mister. I don't ever. I wish.
Mr. Pancho,
Yes?
shouldn't it be a minus though?
Nope.
No, because like,
Nope.
if it's a sign, sine, cosine, plus, cosine, sine, shouldn't it be like a minus?
Okay, look at this right here on your reference sheet. So you're saying sine, cosine, plus? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to be, what's right here? Is that a plus sign right there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's true.
Go ahead.
Virginia Pratt.
So this one's going to be tan of 155, and that's going to be a minus of 35. So that's going to be tan 120.
Exactly over 2.
And
over-
at 120, yeah. So it's going to be rad 3 over 2 divided by
1 over 2.
negative 1/2.
It's a negative right?
Negative rad 3.
Yep.
So my answer is. So if we're just plugging this calculator, that's all you got to do, right?
That one?
All right. Now this next one. Do what? Can you please come up here? Like,
I'll just ask you after class.
okay, but the spot's right here empty. I want. You keep asking me questions. I can barely hear you over that humming. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. This one's going to be cosine s plus t. So I'm going to have an s and I'm going to have a t. So starting this one with my s's. So cosine is going to be what over what? X over r. So my x value is -1. R is You're not doing anything? Alright, go next door. Where's yours? No, it's not. Where's your test? Go across the hall. No. Are you gonna do anything? No. You still don't have your test up. You know, this is my geometry, right? Do you even have a copy of this?
No.
Where's yours from Friday?
I wasn't here.
I think I'm all out.
Yeah, you're all out.
Oh yeah, we ran out yesterday.
Tough.
So, does anyone have an extra copy of the test? Because I know people actually grab a couple. You do? Does anyone have? You do? Okay.
Not at all.
Oh,
Okay.
no. I went to get one yesterday and they didn't have it.
Okay. Yeah.
Huh? No, I didn't.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah, what you need, bro?
Hold on. Kristen.
It's supposed to be there. All right.
Oh, okay, so that is how you
Because you're still in grade 3.
We figure out how to put this in the
Okay, so now just for that one. Here. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I was looking for this whole time.
Ah.
You can do a 12 too. Calculation. Huh? You can do it up to 12.
y equals what?
Y equals Dr.
Rad 6.
Nope. Negative rad 35? Why is it negative? Did you guys do the Pythagorean theorem? This is in quadrant 3.
Then everything is positive.
Everything is negative in quadrant 3. So t. So this for the t, my cosine, which is what over what? X over r. So my x is, r is, y is negative 4.
Okay.
I got a serious question.
Yes.
Why is there a picture of Post Malone on this?
It says LeBron on the side. That's LeBron. Mr. LeBron.
Oh, why does it look like Post Malone?
That's his stamp.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like Post
Postpone my
Malone.
student loans.
That's his stamp.
No, that really looks like Post Malone.
Postpone my
That
student
is
loans.
Post Malone.
Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead. So we're trying to find cosine of s plus t, right? Remember the pattern on that one. That one is cosine of s plus t.
Yeah, cosine S plus, wait,
Yeah, so it's going to be
Yeah,
cosine,
S.
cosine, minus sine, sine, right?
plus minus sine. Wait, yeah, minus. Sine.
So cosine s,
Wait, the first one?
cosine t, minus sine of s, sine of t, right?
Are we finding sine or cosine?
Okay, what's it say?
Find cosine.
Find cosine, right?
Yeah, that's plus.
That is cool.
Do me a favor. Hey, look. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready?
Oh, I was looking at the bottom. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to.
Oh. All right, let's plug them in. So cosine s is going to be negative 1 over 6, right? Cosine t, cosine, negative 3 over 5. There we go. Minus sine s, negative rad 35 over 6. And sine of t, 4 over 5. There we go. All right, negative negative makes a positive 3 over 30. Negative 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 makes a negative, right? Look, negative negative, and also a minus sign, right? So together, all those are going to be a negative. So together, I get 4 rad 35 all over 30.
So that would make it. Well, you could have reduced on that thing.
No, because look at all your answers.
I'm talking about the first one.
Yeah.
The 3 and 6 is negative 110. Well, 110.
The what?
3 over 30 equals 110.
Oh, that's what you're trying to do. But I'm trying to show you all the answers. It's not going to be, your multiple choice is actually not one of those. So, right here. So it's going to be, which one's my answer here? B.
Hold up, don't go away. I need it still.
Just make sure you pause the video then. Alright, so this one's going to be S and T again. So S. So it says cosine. So cosine. Cosine's what over what? X over R. So my X value is negative 12. My R is, my Y is, right here, it's going to be what? It's going to be a positive 5, right? How do we get positive 5? Pythagorean theorem, right? So let's see. So it's going to be negative 12 squared plus y squared equals 13 squared. You guys remember? Yes? Okay, so it's going to be, let me see, y squared. I'm going to subtract this, so it's going to be 13 squared is 169 minus 144, right? So y squared equals a plus or minus square root of 25. So that's going to give me, in quadrant 2, it's going to be a positive 5. Does that make sense? Okay, good. All right, time for t. Time for t. So now t, so my sine, so y is, r is, x is 15. So, are you sure? Why is it negative 15?
Oh yeah.
It's in quadrant 2. X values are always negative in quadrant 2, right? Aw. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in do our handy dandy math here. So it's going to be finding sine s plus t, right? From my reference sheet.
Sine, cosine.
Sine, cosine, and plus, right? Okay, sine, cosine, plus. So it's sine s cosine t plus cosine t sine s. So sine of s, 5 over 13, cosine t, negative 15 over 17, plus cosine t. Oh wait, crap, I did this one wrong. Cosine t, this should be an s, I'm sorry. I wrote it wrong, so that's an s, and this one's a t. Sorry. So cosine s is going to be negative 12 over 13. Sine of t is going to be 8 over 17. So this is going to give me 5 times 15, which is a negative 75 over 13 times 17, which is
Missed.
all right. And I have one negative, so this is going to become a minus 12 times 8, which is 96, over 2 to 1. Combine them, get a bigger negative, so a negative what? Bigger what?
Is it 16?
No, it's not, because it's a minus sign. It's a negative here and minus that. Negative 171 over 2 to 1. So my answer is C. Se puede.
Charlie.
All right, this one right here. Sum or difference. So now I'm just gonna write it out. Sine of x minus pi over 2. So that means it's a difference identity, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be sine x cosine pi over 2, and then it's gonna be minus cosine x sine of pi over 2. Now, what's the cosine at pi over 2?
Pi over 2.
Say 0. Look, got a unit circle, right?
Oh, I have that right here.
So cosine is the x value. So at that, it's going to be 0 times sine of x minus, so cosine of x times, what's sine at pi over 2? 1. So anything times 0 is 0. So this all over here is me negative cosine x. So my answer is, say D.
That was super easy.
Now, use an identity to rewrite this. Now, which formula is this? 2 tan 15 over 1 minus tan squared 15. All right, it's going to be one of these back here. Which one?
Let's just try to get some identity, right? It's a half angle identity. No, it's not. It's a double angle identity.
Is it the double?
Yes.
It's a double angle, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And that matches the double angle identity, doesn't it?
Yes, the one at the bottom.
So what is my angle then? What is the number? So it's what is the x for my formula?
2.
Try again.
Tangent.
Try again. 15, right? So this should be equal to tangent of 2 times 15, right? So I'm just pulling this off of this right here. So whatever that number is goes over here, right? So 2 times 15 is 30, right? So tangent 30. So let's take a look. Tangent 30, it's 1/2 over rad 3 over 2. One half times 2 over rad 3. And then rationalize, right? Rad 3 over 3. So my answer is
C.
C.
Can you go back to that?
What?
Rad 3
Because it's the y value over the x.
Alright, never mind. I was just doing the work for you.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's see. Now, it says, use identities, find the indicated value for each angle measure. What quadrant is this in? Second quadrant, right?
I don't understand.
It's not second quadrant. Find pi on your unit circle. Find it. Put your finger on it. Put your finger on pi. And it says between pi and 3 pi over 2. Now trace your finger over to 3 pi over 2. Here's pi. And yes, it is.
See, I was going to say quadrant 3.
Yep. See, it's between here and here, right? So that's quadrant 3, right? What do we know about quadrant 3? Both negative, right? So, but tangent's going to be positive there, though. Use an identity. So now, this is a single angle, isn't it? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I know that single angle, my y is 21, my x is 20, right? What am I missing?
Your R.
Let's find the r. So since I have a single angle, I can do this. Let's do this. So it's going to be 20 squared plus 21 squared equals r squared, right?
400 plus.
Was that 442 or no 441?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Someone tell me what 21 squared is. What?
841.
841.
啊，
841 equals r squared. And then take the square root. So r equals plus or minus square root of 841. But
Which is 29.
it's going to be positive, right? Think about this is the r value, isn't it? The radius is my distance, and distance is always positive. So this is going to be what number?
29.
29 is r, right? Okay, good. So find sine of a double angle. So sine of 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cosine theta, right? 2. Sine is going to be 21 over 29. And then cosine is going to be 20 over 29. So let me see, that's going to be over 841. What's that? 20 times 21, which is 420 times 2 is 840. 840 over 841. B?
Negative.
Nope. Ah!
Where'd you find some data?
Thank you. Why am I wrong?
Because
It's supposed to be between in quadrant 3, so it has to be a negative.
Cube?
Ooh,
What's-
I think I
what'd you
deserve
find?
candy for that one.
Huh?
Where'd you find sine 2 theta at?
See this right here where it says sine 2 theta?
No,
Oh,
Yeah,
on the
I'll do
reference
that.
sheet? Look at double angle on the back. Sine 2x.
So it's replacing.
Yeah, these are all x's. So it's x's or thetas.
I think I did connect.
Huh? I see the time. I'm trying to finish. Okay, how would I do this one? Let's pretend like I paid attention. Can you calculate this? So, cosine 75 by using half angle. So it's going to be cosine of 150 over 2 is equal to the plus or minus square root of...
Why'd you do 150 because it's times?
Okay, it says half angle, right?
Yeah.
So what's 150 divided by 2?
75.
75. That's what we're doing, so it's half angle. Okay? And then that one's going to be cosine, so it's cosine 150 plus 1 over 2. So cosine at 150 is going to be, that one's there, so cosine, so it's negative rad 3 over 2. 2 over 2. So this is going to give me negative rad 3 plus 2 over
2 over 2.
4, huh?
Where'd you get the 2 over 2?
Is that, what's 2 divided by 2?
2 over 2.
It's 1, right? And then there's still plus or minus right here. So it's going to be 2 minus rad 3 all over 2.
Oh, you just did it so you can simplify that one.
Yep. And this is positive. There we go. Could I have just put that in my calculator in degree mode and just check each answer?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so
And the last one, 2 be done on the calculator. So.
okay, let's see. Cosine. Okay, this one right here. This one finds half angle, given sine is this. So this is going to be the same as what we just did right here, as 17. We got like 2 minutes left, so that's the reason why I'm telling you.
You got 1 minute left.
2. I'm looking at the clock.
That's all 4.
I'm looking at it here.
What's wrong?
Just remember that when I grade your test.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
burn.
Now, anyway, 19 is the same as that previous one. This one right here, this one you just match the identity. 1 minus cosine. 1 minus cosine, so that one's going to be a sine of a over 2. So it's sine of a, which is 28 over 2. So that's sine of 14 degrees. There we go. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.